It's even odd when Ronan's back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture, films, and the world we see. Deleted scenes where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being, American, and YouTube Ronin. And I'd like to welcome you to tonight's episode of the Mystery Movie Night podcast. I have seen the new trailer for The Backrooms. Who wants to touch me? Nobody? Okay, well, on with the show then. I would like to say hello to everyone currently following along on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. We do have a few people who have joined us here in the live chat, so let's say hello. First and foremost to Lex Ludendi. Good to see you. And yes, we are on time. All right. A Logical Spark in the house. Good to see you. All right. Well, my guest panelists are waiting backstage. First off, the most violent woman on YouTube. She has a staple remover and probably a thermos, and she also has a very, very vicious attack dog. Ladies and gentlemen, you know her, you love her, you cannot live without her. The reason why I know you are all really here, Sin's Corner.
My vicious attack dog's little tiny things. Yeah, well, my weapon today is a cow pin. So I'm going to sick her on you if you get on my bad side. That's easy to do these days.
Never that. Okay.
Yeah, right? Scary.
All right. The man who shanghaied himself into this broadcast, Enigma Severus.
What's up? How's everyone? It's good to be back.
Good to see you.
Yep.
I was told there were not enough women on this broadcast.
Wow.
And
It wasn't me that said it.
It was this complete sausage fest, and unless I did not want to be canceled, I needed to bring more women on. So I found someone who also shanghaied herself into this broadcast. Rachel, the elder millennial. Good to see you.
Yay.
Hello.
Yay.
I did. I totally shanghaied my way. I was like, "Hey, Sin,
You
are
did.
y'all still doing that Monday night movie thing?" Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna join.
So glad you did.
It's really
Okay.
fun. Honestly, it's because I miss going to the movies. When I lived in Boston, I was a 20-minute walk, to the one from Fenway. But now I live in, rural New Hampshire, and it's an hour and a half drive to the nearest AMC. So to go once a week is really fun. So
How do you like it?
or
Do
every
you
other
like
week.
New Hampshire?
I do. Yeah. I didn't think the city girl would like New Hampshire, but I do. I also dropped my pen during this screening and I couldn't find it. And I didn't want to be the person with the flashlight going around like as soon as it started. Turns out didn't need to write anything for this movie. So
No. Well, we'll be getting to that because we do have a couple of more guests backstage. A man is probably wondering why the hell he's even here and why his life has taken this sad and depressing, vicious turn. My apologies to him ahead of time, ladies and gentlemen. The best D on YouTube, the Movie Man.
Hello. Honestly, from that description, I couldn't tell if you were talking about my time here or the movie, and I'm not sure which one, but we'll talk about it.
We'll get to that.
Oh boy.
And tonight we do have a first-time panelist. Hopefully it will not be his last time. Ladies and gentlemen, lost in the reel.
Yay.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Going good. Good to see
I'm
you.
so happy to be here, guys. Thank you for having me. I am so intrigued to see what y'all thought of this movie.
Me too. Okay. I know.
I thought it was going to be Sashi. Where?
Unfortunately,
Where is Sashi? I'm kind of surprised he's not in the chat already.
He'll show up at some point. He almost always done. Our man in the future.
Indeed. All right. And hello to FKHC 2005, sometimes known as Tim's. We haven't done anything to be demonetized yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yet.
They told me
And I
that was
stress
allowed.
yet.
Talk to Enigma Severus.
I know.
Told me I couldn't.
Just keep it off screen, Enigma. Off screen.
Please. Off screen. Below the desk. Thank
That
you.
sounds so all kinds of wrong, y'all.
Mm-hmm. That was the idea. Okay.
All right.
All right. For the four of you that are still staying, okay. This week's mystery movie, for those of you who don't watch Jacob Hubbard's channel and don't already know, was Hunting Matthew Nichols, the latest found footage film. And hello to Wade. Is this movie better than Casablanca? Well, stay tuned. Okay. Basically, this is a found footage mockumentary. A young woman searching for her brother who mysteriously disappeared in around a Halloween of 2001. And the movie is her investigation into his disappearance.
In other words, Shelby Oaks 2.0.
Blair Witch 4.
That's right. It's it was like a mixture of all of those things.
Yeah. Okay. I was laughing uncontrollably throughout much of this film.
Okay.
And I don't think I was supposed to be.
That is funny.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
I was doing my best not to crack jokes throughout this film. And when the line was uttered, "Who are you going to call?" I literally went,
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Okay. I will say that I had a very vocal audience. More vocal.
As did we.
Okay,
Yes.
like I mentioned in my Scream review that was the most vocal audience that I had been in while watching a horror movie. No, this one topped that. I mean, conversations that were being had with the screen.
Well, because no one cared what was happening.
No.
No, the people that I was with, they were fully engaged, but they were talking to the screen. Yes, like blessing her out and don't do that. Don't go there, girl. Don't
go
do
in
that.
there.
Yeah.
What?
And screaming when a certain thing happened, like screams in the audience. And that was when I laughed at the screaming, the audience screaming. I didn't laugh at this movie. I feel like I'm probably going to feel a bit differently about this than most of you guys did, which is a little surprising to me. We'll see.
So my audience was literally talking about how awful it was throughout the whole entire movie. Like everyone was like, "Oh, this is bullshit. Oh, that person's a terrible actor. Oh, that was cheesy." Like, and everyone was just like kind of chiming in. It was
That's funny.
really kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Mine was silent. Silent.
Yeah.
Mine was there was no talking. There was no. There also wasn't
Wow.
any gasping. Oh yeah, they treated this like a movie. Like you were. Even there was like young boys next to me. Their parents were in front of them. Didn't even talk. They did pull out their phones a couple of times, and I was like, bro, I don't blame you.
Well, they knew you were from suburb New Hampshire. They were like, we got to be respectful on this one.
Okay, that's interesting.
You
Bunch of
get
different.
you get hit by that flying "Welcome to Burkittsville" sign, you know, which I was waiting for to show up, and sadly never did.
Was anyone else disturbed by the lead actress and the character's behavior? Like, she was so unhinged.
Very
So-
spastic is what I texted. I was like, she's
Yeah,
Yeah, she and the thing is, and I mentioned this in my review, which I filmed right before jumping onto this. She did things I would never do.
Mm.
You know, I think most of us never would because we're like removed from the situation emotionally. But at the same time, I felt like the film did a good job of showing us how obsessed she was with this thing that she was
Yeah.
trying to figure out.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I would say that was fair.
I
Well,
mean, I
I-
could
I-
understand the like how she spiraled, even though I was like, "You being so stupid! Like,
Oh,
don't do
So
that."
stupid. I loved when that cop called her out.
Oh, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
I mentioned that in my review
was
and
my
in my
favorite part.
notes. That was a fantastic scene. I love
Yeah.
that because I could understand why she felt suspicious.
Mhm.
And you know, and I was like, oh, we're going to turn this into some sort of cop corruption thing? And then, but then the cop pushed back, and I understood completely the cop's position, and
For
I
sure.
really thought that was that dialogue was so well done.
well, there were
I
two
agree
ways.
with that.
Two ways I thought they were going to go. One is that what you're treading on. It's October of 2001, and I was about to text you guys. I'd be like, I was in Argentina at this time, but then I was also thinking when she said it would have sent everybody into a chaotic spin. Well, what also just happened in 2000?
Yeah,
I was
9/11.
like, yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
well,
mention,
this
like-
would have been just before because it's Halloween. Well, yeah,
September.
Halloween. No, September.
No, it would have been.
I'm
after.
sorry. I'm an
It was,
idiot.
right after.
Why am I thinking November? It was after.
I was thinking
Okay.
that it makes logical sense. I mean, it does tread lightly. Like people are really unhinged at this second. So,
Yep.
you know, making the situation of he most likely passed away. We can't prove there's situations. So,
Mm.
you know,
There you go.
This is where the movie goes into kind of Poughkeepsie tapes territory because they use 9/11 in that movie as the reason why everybody forgets the killers out there. Yeah,
I haven't
so
seen that.
okay.
it's an e-ticket. It's a good movie, but you gotta sit through some stuff.
Ooh, no.
But yeah, that and I don't normally hack on movies for doing this because every movie does it. You know, whether you're Scorsese or Tarantino on down, everybody takes pieces from other movies.
Yeah.
This is Blair Witch. It is Shelby Oaks, sort of, because obviously it was being made at the same time. This movie was made came out in on the festival circuit in 2024, and it's just
That's
now
right,
getting
yeah.
this.
But when was it
Distribution.
written? That's
Yeah.
what I was wondering. Because I know Shelby Oaks had to have been written a while back because
Yeah.
it took a few years once he got the funding and he'd already written the story before even, this even came out. So I don't know the time frame and I don't know who borrowed from who or if that was even a thing or they just wrote completely separate stories. Don't know.
Well,
But they
I
were
mean,
very similar.
if this, yeah, but if this movie rips off anything, obviously Blair Witch, and they're very
Blair Witch.
unapologetic about it,
They
and
do mention it.
many times, and
I actually like this more than Blair Witch. I was not crazy about Blair Witch.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
I've always liked Blair Witch.
A lot of people do.
This is the movie that made me retroactively wonder if that movie really did suck.
Well, no, because these are my two notes of the thing where Blair Witch tricked the audience into thinking the footage was real. This did not. Like this
No.
should have leaned into more of that part of the Blair Witch.
I
And
Googled it.
exactly what Sean had said earlier. how she was dealing with her trauma was very dangerous and unhinged, is what I wrote. I mean, it's crazy. She was
Yeah.
crazy eyes, crazy thinking, crazy everything. She put those boys in danger. Anyway, but
Yeah,
yeah,
she did, and I was hoping that she would be the only one that was hurt if anything was going to happen, because she was the one driving towards this, like heading right into danger. But as far as
Yeah.
Blair Witch, so the reason Blair Witch played it off as real is there was like this marketing sort of kind of like what they did with Longlegs,
Yeah.
making it seem like it was real. So a lot of people
Mhm.
legit thought it was real before the movie even came out. And so, this one didn't have that. They just presented it as like this documentary. At first, I thought it was a real documentary when I saw the trailer. And I was
Mhm.
like, oh, this is just going to be a missing person documentary.
Yeah.
And then realized, oh, no, it's not. And
Yeah.
this is a
No.
type of film I don't typically like, like the mockumentary, fake or found footage. I actually enjoyed this more than I thought I would, you guys. I know most of you
Wow.
probably didn't like it, but it hit me okay. And I wasn't expecting that. Yes, she was stupid, but I liked the slow buildup, and I wondered why. Now, why? Some people complained about it being slow and boring, not scary enough. I didn't care. And I was like, why is it? And then I realized it has to be because it does present itself as a true crime documentary. I love true crime stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. I have no idea. I also thought that the acting for the most part was pretty good. I don't think she was the best. Like that scene where she's crying in the bathroom, I didn't buy. They were real tears. But for the most part, I thought pretty much everybody in here acted like they were
Yeah,
regular
the
people having a
director
regular.
was really a good actor, I thought. I thought that he kind of
Yes, he
grounded the
was.
movie when
Yes.
she was so crazy.
Yep.
Like he really brought it back to its center.
Yep.
So I did appreciate that about the film.
Yeah, I was also going to say, well, first for starters, as someone who hasn't been to Vancouver Island or a lot of Canada, I'm a sucker for shooting locations like this, and so all the the visual aesthetic of the island and the water and all that, I was like, yes, this is another one to add to the list. I thought that was beautiful, obviously, and then I think for me, it was a reminder that as someone who struggles with true crime, like I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. And for me, a lot of times when it comes to horror films, I can easily sit through, maybe not the more extreme ones, but I can definitely sit through a horror film. But me sitting through a 48-hour mystery or an actual true crime documentary, it would be more difficult because we're dealing with real situations, real crimes, real disappearances, real things. That reminds you like, hey, anything can happen to anybody at any time. And to me, this kind of like that emphasis, especially on the fear of the unknown, and this mystery surrounding these things that happen to people that we never, in theory, never find anything else about. To me, that unsettles me, and a lot of the kind of the exploration of that within the mockumentary / documentary, that for me was definitely carried me for at least the first half, because I was just like, oh Lord, this is why I struggle with this material. And I understand that's the point, but it also unsettles me more than a ghost or more supernatural elements. I'll say that. So I think they did a good job establishing that tone, because I definitely felt it throughout the earlier aspects of the film.
Yeah, agree.
I think they did really good with it. I enjoyed it for the first part, but then I did feel it was beginning to drag, because I was texting you, it's like the hour is 7:50. It was like, where are we getting with this? But then they actually did pick up, especially when the turn came and they were in the middle of the second act, and the turn came with meeting Jordan's dad. And so I was like, okay, here we go. So that's when I got more engaged with it. But a couple of my favorite scenes, I honestly thought they were potentially going to go with the love scene eventually with the girl. I thought they were going to do that because he was fairly invested with what she was doing. And then the other thing is the psycho face when she was like, he's here. It was just it was like, no. But yeah, it was. I think they actually did fairly well with it. Actually, one of my students had also seen it, and I was
Hi,
like,
Lex.
"What'd you think?" And he was like, "It was all right." And I was like, "Oh," but yeah, it honestly depends on the person. Like it's true.
Mm.
And I enjoy some of these documentaries that give you the backstory. I mean, I went through and we and my sister-in-law, we watched Tiger King every single episode back to back to back because it just kept going more insane as you watch Tiger King. And it was just like, this is nuts. And you had nothing else to do. So it was, yeah, I thought this was pretty good. Wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I like the unraveling of the mystery. I'm not so supernatural stuff doesn't freak me out as much. So, certain aspects of this, but I did like the conversation she had with the director around the campfire where she was talking about things that just can't be explained. I like that whole thing because what she said kind of encapsulates how I feel sometimes. There's a lot of unexplained stuff that goes on that we have no freaking idea. We cannot explain it away. No clue. And I was like, well, she kind of summarized very well what a lot of people like that feel like. You know, you open to the possibility. Maybe there's just some stuff we'll never understand. So I thought that was a good moment as well.
Yeah. Am I the only one who thought this was a snooze fest?
You might not be. I mean, I feel like Deleted thinks that way, and
It wasn't a snooze fest. It was just once they kept hammering home Blair Witch, Blair Witch, Blair Witch. I knew everything that was going to happen for the rest of the movie, and it just
it was pretty predictable after they
It was
headed
so
into the woods.
predictable.
for beat. I know the cabin that's not supposed to be there is going to show up, just like it did in the Blair Witch movie.
I know she's going to get dragged through the door, just
Yep.
as like
Yes,
she's
that
going to
was
get dragged.
so
through the door.
predictable.
I
I mean,
know there's
yeah.
going to be
Exactly. Yep.
I and even though I love that animated sequence, the second they brought up the Wendigo, I went, okay, it's going to be another Wendigo movie,
Yeah.
and
The Rock
yeah, at least they didn't call it Wolfman this time,
That's the thing. This movie did have some really good sequences. That the animation thing
does.
I thought was really cool. The
That was cool.
interview with the police chief at her home, I thought that was great.
Yeah.
I thought the ending was great. As soon as they went back in the cabin, and from there on, I was like, okay, this should have been like the entire movie, but. I don't know. Even her over the top unhinged, whether it was supposed to be
Batshit
acting or
insane.
not.
Yeah, she
Batshit crazy.
she was obsessed for sure.
She definitely was. But again, I was like, I put myself in her shoes because I have a younger brother, and I was like, if he went missing, I couldn't say that I wouldn't have gone almost as crazy looking for answers. Like, it's your brother. Like, you just. So
Well,
I don't know. I didn't hate the movie. Honestly, I didn't hate it.
I love that line where she was going very unhinged, and then the next thing you hear is him on the phone. Yeah, she's on a bit of a warpath, and I was just like, "Oh, really?" Think so, do
Just
you?
a Scotia one.
Yeah. It's just his calm demeanor about it. It was just,
Yep.
For me, I
Okay,
felt that this film
go
was a lot of build up. Obviously, it's a very slow burn of a movie. And then it's so much build up for only like 2 minutes of
Few
actual
minutes.
scares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There needed to be more like sprinkling in of like scary moments into the film rather than them really showing all their cards at the very end for 2
At the
minutes.
The very end.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
They
'cause-
should have shown parts
one
of that
too.
video earlier on, so we were more hooked. I was like, "Show us a video,
Yeah,
show us
I
one
agree.
scene, show us something."
But I think
That's
if
what-
they had done that, they would have lost us.
Yes, some people. I heard some people arguing or complaining about that in my theater, and I was thinking to myself, "Well, I'm glad they didn't because they leave it up to our imagination." And I'm the type of person where if you show me too much, I'm going to get desensitized to it, and it's not going to have the impact on me that maybe you're wanting it to. So I actually didn't mind that there wasn't a ton of scary stuff. I think it was the journey of unraveling the mystery that
See, that
hit
just
for
didn't work
me.
for me.
Oh, that's too
Mm.
bad. But I mean,
Yeah, and I
I
love true
understand
crime.
Not
why.
this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I noticed they had like moments, and actually it was maybe only I don't even know how many moments it was. Maybe it might have just been once or twice, but I remember like I think when I don't know if it was when they first show the camera footage, but there's a point where the guy is going down the stairs and another guy pops up and
Mm.
it's like, hey, and then I thought they were going to be doing more of that, as was said, and they didn't necessarily lean into that. I understand like for some people jump scares can be kind of cheap, so I understand that they probably weren't trying to take that route, but I think it kind of struggled to, at least for me, kind of find, I don't know if I want to say find the tone, but it was just like we kind of had like straightforward documentary for so much of it.
Yep.
And the supernatural was kind of more of a, maybe not an afterthought, but it was just very much just kind of relegated, as was said, kind of to that finale. And I feel like we needed some way to kind of like thread that in a
Yes.
more visceral way. And I
They
think that
needed
was missing. I was like, and I love a documentary, and
Mhm.
like I said, true crime isn't my favorite, but even still, more so because of how unsettling it is. But it is I do enjoy seeing documentaries, whether it is true crime or any other story told in this way. So I think there was some effectiveness as far as the story and unraveling the mystery. But yeah, there was a little disconnect between that straightforward nature of it and then kind of where they go in the end. And to me, it didn't really mesh together the way it could have.
really good point, D.
Because the thing that Shelby Oaks does that this movie doesn't, since we brought up Shelby Oaks, is it does, I thought, a better job of threading the supernatural
Throughout.
throughout. I think Longlegs does a better job of it. Even although I get it when people kind of hack on the supernatural elements of that movie.
Maybe
for all the great marketing that movie had, and everybody went in thinking they were going to get Silence of the Lambs, and they didn't.
Oh, I was so let down by Longlegs.
Yeah. No, I still liked it enough, but I understand the beef there. I don't know. This is a movie where I think it's going to be, once again, kind of a matter of what you're into.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who are going to love this movie. I've seen some of the Letterboxd reviews. There are people who really dig it, and that's fine. But there are also some people who are like,
yeah,
dude, really? And I'm kind of like into dude, really?
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be, because I liked the trailer for this, and I was kind of hyped. I was hoping it was going to be this movie for the mystery night, So I was kind of looking forward to it.
You know what? I just thought about something. A film that was not really horror theoretically, but actually was more effective to me and had a lot more tension and dread for me personally. Even though that's not even probably what they were, well, in theory, going for, but Searching. That was kind of like that was
I thought of that. Yeah,
that's a fantastic movie that falls under this type of film.
Yeah,
like the home cam or webcam, whatever.
They were able to hold the tension throughout the entire film of Searching. That was like edge of your seat filmmaking.
Yep.
That's what I was missing with this. I wanted to be on the edge of my seat, but there wasn't enough of a hook besides, oh, this guy's missing and she's going crazy for an hour and a half of the film. So that's what my problem was.
Did you see I heard there was a mid-credit scene. I didn't stick around.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So
it was nothing.
Okay.
No.
I was confused when someone described it on Reddit. So I don't know I don't know that.
It is one of those scenes where somebody is standing over someone else's spin engine and go, "Bruh, are you okay?" And then I out loud in the theater go, "No, brah, it's not okay."
You remember Congo?
Oh yeah, Congo, yeah.
the one guy that they end up finding in the woods, and he just has this aftershock, and then they're like, nobody's really dead until they're actually dead. And they go and they see this guy, and he has this aftershock of basically wakes up, has that after, but that's pretty much what it was. That was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing special.
What? And this was just more of me being a goof throughout the entire film, was when they at the very end of the credits, and they pull another bit of Blair Witch shtick with the missing poster.
Oh, okay.
And I
See,
went,
I didn't say till the end. Oh,
the end. Yeah. And I went, I dated her in college. You never went to college. Okay. I was riffing this entire movie. I'm sorry. And I hate saying it because I'm the guy who keeps saying support these kind of movies.
Yeah.
But I can't with this.
Well, just because something's original doesn't mean everybody's going to love it. It is what it is.
It's just, there were too many. And like I said, there are good scenes. I like the cop. I like the scene with the dad. I like the animated sequence. There's just not enough.
There was some good here. It's not like a complete waste of time, I don't think.
No. But
oh my gosh, that one guy that was like, would you like to hear more ghost stories?
Oh, that guy.
That guy.
Okay. Oh, the mayor's here. Great. Why are you British?
Yeah.
Why are you British, eh?
That's funny.
So, hey there, eh? Did you want to be a hockey player or a Mountie when you grew up? Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to Buckminster Abbey. Thank you. Okay. Anyway, I don't know.
Someone has a question?
Yeah, I have a question about this movie in general. I had never seen a trailer for it. I look on my main website that I get like all the movie releases for the year. It's not on that. Like, who is even like distributing this film? Is it gonna be in theaters? Like, what is up with this?
It's gonna be in theaters. It's coming out. I think I was toying with the idea of getting a ticket for it if this wasn't going to be the mystery movie. So I think it's coming out this weekend.
The only thing I could see was April 10th. And that it's being released in Canada, not the US.
They've got it on my Regal app.
Do they really? So maybe it's a Regal exclusive.
They actually have a few posters on sale, and so I ended up grabbing one and sending it to Deleted's house just for the. No, I'm just kidding, buddy. I'm just kidding.
He'll do it too.
But I thought the same thing, Sean, because I also keep the firstshowing.net ups and refresh.
Yes, that's what I use.
Not on there. I was like, oh, wait a second. I thought when is this movie coming out? Because I kind of always want to know how far ahead the mystery movie is to when the movie's coming out. And I was like, I could. And then I did the hunting, and I was just like, it's not on here. And I went to IMDb, and it was there, and I was like, wait, how is this happening?
I saw it on YouTube.
Did you guys? They showed the movie trailer at Regal, multiple movies that
I've never seen the movie trailer.
Wow.
And I go see a lot of movies.
That was when I thought, oh, is this a true crime documentary? Because the trailer completely presents itself that way. And it seemed legit enough, and they didn't hint at anything supernatural. I don't recall.
It does.
The trailer
in places. The trailer I saw went, okay, we are going to see something. Well, when it comes to a movie like this, anyway, I kind of come to expect that it's going to be some kind of supernatural event. So I'm looking for. I was just worried that there was something that was in the trailer, and I went, oh, that's going to be the last shot of the movie, isn't it? Luckily, it wasn't. But although I did think that very last shot was kind of how that last shot ends.
I loved it.
That I did like.
Yeah, I loved it.
That was clever, and that was good. Oh, there you are.
The mid or the end?
Now tell us where you've been. Okay,
it was like one
the mid. Okay.
one visual that, like, I mean, that visual will probably stick with me for a long time if we're thinking of the same thing, kind of, and how they filmed it at the very end. But I was like, I wanted more of that. Like, all we got was that one original
Yeah.
kind of intriguing visual, and then that was it for the rest of the movie. You know, like, I just wanted more, I guess.
I mean, don't get us wrong, chat. This is shot well. It is. But you know, I guess I went into it kind of it's weird because I hate that they keep bringing up Blair Witch and then it starts to follow it, and then I kind of expect it. You know, every found footage movie ever since Blair Witch Project has tried to be Blair Witch Project in some way, shape, or form. You know, which is why I always, and here's my rant for the episode, folks, which is my report for third grade, why Cannibal Holocaust is not Blair Witch by deleted scenes. No, you know, like I know a lot of people don't like Blair Witch because they had the idea in their head that it was going to be Cannibal Holocaust for some reason.
Oh, they did? Oh.
Yeah,
didn't know
I
that.
hear a lot of people try to compare the two. I go, they're two
Oh,
entirely different movies. You know, one movie is trying to say something really hard hitting about reality television and how eventually they're going to kill somebody in one of these things. And kind of, you know, not making up the footage that you are trying to shoot and basically don't go to some African tribe and fuck with people because they will bite back, literally. And to me, Blair Witch was always like a campfire story. This is something that that the counselors will scare the little kids with at camp. You know, go to sleep on time or the Blair Witch will get you. You know, so they're two completely different movies. So I get, and what I like about Blair Witch and what pisses me off at the same time is I didn't think of it. You know, beforehand.
They made bank,
you know,
those filmmakers.
You know, I made a joke after this movie. Lionsgate just called. They have the completion money. I shoot in my backyard starting next week. But, you know, so with this, because it's so schizophrenic, this movie, because I want to like it, because I get where they were coming from, and I get what inspired it. It's just the execution of it that didn't land with me. You know.
Well, I got
also director, if you want to date your lead actress, just ask her enough of the butt shots, please.
Yeah, pretty much.
How many of them were in this movie? Drinking game.
But I do have an idea with what you were talking about earlier, deleted.
Yeah.
Was when you were saying, you know, it didn't string the supernatural through it. You know, it might have been a little bit more interesting or intriguing had some of the evidence or the things that the girl was going through. Maybe there could have been more miscommunication on who moved what, who did what, like where, like they did a little bit of it with the book that they were hunting for, but for the most part, they could have done a supernatural thing of, did you move that tape? Because I had that tape right here. No, that tape wasn't there. And then, you know, leaving the little I don't know if this is
like how they found the footage in Blair Witch to begin with.
Yeah, type things. If they strung it through a little bit.
But the supernatural stuff is from the forest and happens in the forest.
Yeah.
So I don't know how
that too.
well that would have translated. I mean, they sort of kind of sprinkle some supernatural hints when they show the notebook,
Yeah.
and so you're like, okay, we're probably heading into some sort of whatever, supernatural story stuff that's going to be woven into this. But it's not. It definitely wasn't something that was done as much as like what happened in Shelby Oaks. I personally like this more than Shelby Oaks.
Yeah.
It hit me better, and I didn't hate Shelby Oaks, but there were some problems with it. But
there's problems
Sure.
with both.
yeah,
Yeah.
there are for sure. But one thing that I wondered if this movie was going to do that Shelby Oaks did, but it didn't. So Shelby Oaks starts off like a fake documentary, but then it
Mhm.
turns into like a normal, traditional film style. This one just stayed that way the whole time. And when I realized that was happening, I wasn't sure if it was gonna, land for me. And, oddly enough, it did. So I thought that was interesting.
I do like the flashbacks of the brother, though. Those.
Yeah, I would have liked more of that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
I
that.
I felt
Exactly.
that I felt we didn't get to know him
Yes.
enough.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
yes,
true.
deleted.
And we didn't
Yes.
get to know him enough. We didn't get to know Jordan enough.
No.
If we
You
had
know,
really
we-
cared about Matthew Nichols and Jordan and I loved that scene with Jordan's dad. I thought that
Mhm.
was really interesting how he talked about
It's
them
the best
becoming
scene in the film.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
more of that learning about them and connecting yourself more or the audience more with these characters who are missing.
As opposed to just understanding, well, it's her brother. Of course, she's going to feel this way. If we had
Yeah.
a little bit more of that, that bonding with those characters.
They do that
Ourselves as
in
well.
like 48 hours, 2020 Dateline.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they give you more of a backstory of the victim. And I would
Right.
have liked that here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Agree with
And
that.
I was gonna say also, do you guys feel like they should have? So I would ask the question: do you feel like the question was actually answered as far as what happened? Well, that's not what I mean. So, do you think that we
I know
should
what
have seen any more of them as far as the ending specifically, or do you feel like that should have not been the focus?
Yes,
Because
we
I kind of
should
felt
have.
like that was missing for me. Also.
Yes, we should have. Yes, we should have.
Yeah, because you are left to believe a certain, without going too far into spoilers, you are left to believe a certain thing about Matthew, and the cop even
Oh,
touches
okay.
on it. Is like, why did we hide this tape? Because we're supposed to explain to your parents that this and this happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can understand from what little we are given why the cops make that leap.
I'm
Yeah.
just not
You know.
clear on. I'm not clear on what really like. I don't want to get into spoilers either, so maybe I'll just save it for.
No, that's the problem with it, is it's not made clear.
That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not made clear
As
enough.
far as
Right.
Yeah.
Matthew, what really happened with him? Was it something that happened to him and caused these things, or was that already part of his internal psyche?
It may
I don't
because
know.
I don't know, because the way it's done in the film, it made it look like he planned this. To me, it made it look like he planned the whole thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
To an extent.
Mhm.
That's what it made me
Or
think.
did specific things
Yeah,
like-
like were they just
All
playing?
into place.
Because it seemed like they played with stuff, It
Yeah.
showed them messing
Yeah.
with certain things. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's a gateway. Don't do that.
Yeah,
because
Maybe
just like
that's
the
just they
sister-
opened a door
you
and
know,
things happen beyond their control.
just like
but
the
but that's my question: is did they open a door by accident, or was
It's
it
not
his plan
clear.
from the
I
beginning
know.
to open the door?
That's
And
not
it is
clear.
not clear.
Yeah.
It's not
Mm.
like
Yeah.
another movie that this movie rips off, Paranormal Activity.
Mm-hmm.
When the second in Paranormal Activity in Paranormal Activity where they bring out the Ouija board, I went, I'm done. These people are stupid and deserve to die. Especially that Mika idiot. But sorry to the actor who played Mika, but you played a rat's ass bastard idiot. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
And I have no idea why that woman was with you.
I know. Say, Sean, this might be Sean's last time here.
No.
That's why they called this a mockumentary. They were like, "Yep, you mock it, and yet now you're."
Yes, and I will continue to mock it years later. Thank you.
Yeah, but
And
that's
good night. No.
yeah,
Go
but
ahead.
that's why I asked that question, because I was just like, just because you show the supernatural element, I'm like, but you still didn't necessarily. If it's called Hunting Matthew Nichols, just because you show the supernatural element doesn't mean you're directly. And not that everything has to tie up every single loose end, but it's almost just like, oh, there you go, this is what happened. But I'm like, I mean,
Yeah.
that there was some loose threads.
There's definitely loose ends. At the end of the day, Matthew Nichols, they never found him. I kind of get where they were going with it, but they left so much up in the air that it's like it could go so many different ways.
Right.
He retires as champion of hide and seek.
Well, the last set of feet, I feel like that might have been.
Maybe, yeah, that could
just
be
because of what happened with the camera.
That was
right
my
after
thought.
that.
Okay, I can see that.
That's why I did like that a little bit there at the end.
But I was confused. I was confused about
was a nice
the cop
visual.
said there was no evidence of certain things happening at the cabin. The video shows clearly there should have been.
Right.
So
She
who
lied.
cleaned up? I guess, but when they went in there were no stains.
True.
I didn't see any stains, so I that was a little odd.
To me, I looked at the cabin as like it's a supernatural cabin. It disappears and it comes back whenever.
Okay.
It shows you what you
Could
want
be.
to see.
Could be
because this is what
Can't destroy
happens.
it.
This is what happens in Blair Witch. Is the fact that, and they go more into it with the third movie, which I didn't like very much, but. At least they bothered to hit on the fact that they played into the fact that the witch is manipulating time and space, which you realize in the first movie, because they have that whole sequence where they walk for 15 hours in one direction and they wind up right back in the same place again.
Yeah.
And then you have that scene in the sci-fi documentary with Curse the Blair Witch.
Mm-hmm.
Where you have the sheriff saying, well, after looking at the video, he says, well, we were looking for these people in the area that they were in at the same time, and we didn't see them. There's no way we could have missed them. So there's sort of a similar thing that happens here with the cabin. Obviously, it's a supernatural cabin. It's there 1 minute, it's gone the next, Now, I'm trying to remember how because it's Rustin Parr's house in Blair Witch where the shit goes down. But I'm trying to remember kind of what their excuse was for the house being.
It was the old man who's in the legend. It was his house.
Yeah.
His cabin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Whatever his name is, I forgot his name already.
Rustin Parr. Yeah.
And
was that his name?
Yeah. And because I was really into the mythology of that film. I really was.
Okay.
And that's what I liked about it. But
wait, but was that his name in this movie too?
No.
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 Oh, okay.
It's two different people.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
two different people.
Forgot what the guy's name in last night's movie was.
The Rustin Parr of this movie is like, what was his name? Like Nightingale or Martindale or something like that?
Yeah. Roy, I thought it was.
Roy
something, yeah.
Roy something Dale. Anyway. And he's kind of like the Rustin Parr of this movie. And when you see the multiple people, those are the ones he's responsible for.
All
That's
of
the
those
way
people.
I took that.
Okay.
All of those people. Yeah, that's the way I took that. It's
And
like,
he
wow, that's the
continues.
thing.
He continues
is
to take more.
He continues to, that's the way that.
Okay.
That's the way that I took it, because I
Makes
was waiting for an actual creature to show up,
Yeah.
Mm.
Same.
because
I was
that
waiting
they
for a
kind
Wendigo.
of-
Yeah. Same.
So was I,
Or a
because
werewolf.
or a werewolf, because apparently they are one of the same.
No, they're
And,
not. That's true. But there was a
According to
moment
certain films,
where they made it seem like there was because they had one, the howling that happened in the animation, right? Wasn't there animation? And
Mhm.
yeah, so it's like, oh, are we doing Wendigo or werewolf here?
yeah.
Oh.
Or an Amagus. Deleted just ran away.
Oh, it's like
No.
trying to kick himself
My
out.
bad. Wrong button. Hold on.
Is he back?
Yeah, he's
He's
think.
back.
No, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, okay.
But we have to make this a classic deleted.
Has to be.
Thank you.
Always has to be some sort of weird tech thing that happens. It wouldn't be complete
Well,
without it.
Everybody
Does he
has
have
to
a lot
know
of tech
really
issues?
mean.
Sometimes, well,
I used to.
not as many as not as many now as he used to, but every once in a while.
No,
there's a glitch.
Okay. I can't say anything
upgraded.
because I've had a recent horrible track record with tech issues.
Oh no.
I upgraded my internet from what I used to.
D,
used to
what
have,
did you
and it's
think
much better.
overall of the movie? Did you like it?
Well, sorry, real quick, deleted. What were you saying?
Is deleted saying something?
Yeah, can you
Yeah.
not hear him?
I can't hear him.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, that's why I didn't mean to interrupt.
Can you hear wait. Who can you not hear? Can you hear deleted?
I can hear everybody but deleted.
Okay,
Oh,
can you
no.
hear me now?
Oh wow.
He can't hear
Let
me.
me see
Uh-oh.
here.
Wow, that's
think-
so weird.
That's
He
weird.
left and
Yeah.
came back on.
Oh, that's so
Quite-
funny because with
Quite
like
literally, as he was talking about tech issues.
he was talking about tech issues, and Sean's just like, "Hey D, what did you think?" And I was like, "Well, that was just a really random question." While Deleted was talking about tech issues. Oh no, that's so strange. That happens sometimes. I don't know.
And I
What
will
that
say
could
this
be.
is also coming off the heels of Sean shutting down a particular stream not too long ago.
Damn it, D! Why did you have to bring that up?
Oh, that
I'm
was
sorry,
so
but as soon as you said tech issues, I was like, Lord, that's all.
That was
Deleted.
Oh,
so,
Lord.
so fun. Okay, for context, because the audience probably, not everybody in the audience will understand. So, we had this post Rubber Duckies show where we were talking about the Rubber Duckies, and I added Sean as a temporary like admin in case he wanted to like bring up pictures or whatever. And so we're all gathered together, and Sean has to leave. It's hilarious, Sean. I'm not making fun of you. I just thought it was really, really funny. So
I
Sean
felt
has
so
to leave.
bad.
Sean has to leave, so we're all saying our goodbyes, and he pops out, and as soon as he does that, the outro music plays and the screen ends, and we're all in the background like. And Dee was about falling over out of his chair laughing. It was really funny. And then when the outro music stopped and I brought us all back in, and Dee was screaming with laughter. And so then you got a call. And
Sorry
you're
to say that.
oh, he's like, I'm out of here. If you can't hear me, I'm out of here.
Yeah, yes, he is a showstopper very much.
It was so funny, especially when he got that call and we could hear him on speaker, and then when you realized what happened, it was so funny. Oh my gosh. Good times.
So now we can just tell Sean a bunch of things that Deleted is saying but never happened. You know?
That's so weird though. I don't understand why that
But
happens
everybody else can
sometimes.
hear me okay, though,
I can
right?
hear you
Oh,
fine.
Yeah.
I can hear you now.
Oh, there you
Okay.
go.
What happened?
Okay, good.
I don't know.
That's so
All right.
strange. I don't understand StreamYard.
See, I do that too. Whenever I need to do something, my selective hearing immediately takes place. Hearing that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay.
It's happened on other
But-
platforms too. I don't get it.
Sean did ask Dee a question, so go ahead, please.
Yes. Sorry, Sean, to answer your question.
Yeah, no worries.
I didn't know what was going on. But to answer your question, yeah.
Uh,
I
Okay.
didn't hate, didn't love. It is, and again, to me, I'm harder on films that waste potential than films that are just outright bad. I've had fun with some films that are supremely bad, and then
Mhm.
some I've just hated because they've been supremely bad. But no, for this, it was just kind of like I don't really know what to make of it because it's like.
Yeah.
It's like I was enjoying the journey. I was along for the ride, and then it just kind of feels like we just kind of like, okay, like we gotta wrap this up. So here you go. Here's the supernatural. Moving on. I was like,
Yes.
okay, no, I don't really know how to feel walking away from that. So yeah.
Here's
so
a question.
I think it was just kind of underwhelming for me ultimately.
Did you guys like it more than They Will Kill You?
I did. It didn't piss me off like They Will
Yeah,
Kill You did.
I did. Yeah, I enjoyed it more. That was pretty good.
Rachel probably liked They Will Kill You more.
I'm sitting here still thinking which one would I sit through again.
They're two completely different types
Well,
of movies.
Yeah.
I tell you that how I was gauging it was not with They Will Kill You. I was gauging it with Psycho Killer.
Oh,
Which I
haven't
heard was
Oh,
s-
but I
Psycho
heard
Killer
it's
was
horrible.
horrible.
I haven't
because
seen that because I heard it was horrible.
it is horrible, but it is great
Oh no!
because it's one of those movies that
So bad it's good.
yeah.
it's damned
Gosh.
entertaining. And while I didn't like this movie, it was damned entertaining because I could not stop laughing
Okay.
Okay, well,
I
to
have
the
my
point
answer.
to
certainly
the
informative.
point
ahead.
that I was wondering, did they intend? There was a point where I was seriously going, are they intending this as a dark comedy? Because
Definitely
that's
didn't get
how
that.
much I was laughing.
No, I didn't get that either.
And
at
the
all.
people in the audience that I was with were laughing. And I'm like,
truly thought they were
I
going
don't know
to
if we were
that.
supposed to be. Probably
Wow.
not. But I was like, I was walking out of that movie. I was uncontrollable after. I could not stop. And I was trying to. And I went on like this laughing jag for like 10 minutes. When I was on my way home, I was still laughing.
Okay.
I was
Seriously.
also-
Thinking
Oh
of
my
this
God.
movie, and I was like, you know.
Maybe I should
I was
see
like-
the poster.
What's that, D?
No, I was also gonna say, and this is kind of because I thought about you when I thought about this, but because I know how you are when it comes to certain characters and certain decisions. I don't know if I was supposed to think about this or not after the fact because of how we end, but I was just like, I feel like the mom got done so dirty in the end, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Yes.
She
Yeah.
said all of
Yeah.
that, and she's gone through all of this. The dad,
I
the
know.
son, and you're just like,
I
hey,
know.
guess what? Like I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
That's the thing about this woman's obsession that's really frustrating. For sure,
Mhm.
because she's not. So I was thinking to myself now, if one of my brothers went missing, would I go to these lengths? And I was like, well, I would certainly dig the hardest that I could, see what I could find. I wouldn't go traipsing off in that situation like what she put herself in because I have a husband, I have kids, I have a mom and dad. I wouldn't want to make them suffer if anything happened
Yep.
to me.
Right.
You know, so
Okay. Here's my question, going back to Shelby Oaks for a second. Do you think if she had her own kids, she would have gone as far as she did?
no, I don't know. She probably wouldn't have.
The lead character?
Yeah.
I would hope that she wouldn't have because that would really
hope-
be annoying
yeah.
if she had.
That-
and she
Yeah,
had kids.
irresponsible.
And did
Mhm.
that. I get really angry at parents that put themselves in dangerous situations that could leave their children without a parent.
Mm.
That really
Mhm.
pisses me off.
Oh,
Like,
so you're not a big
in-
Quiet Place fan then?
Well,
That's different.
At what point are you referring to in Quiet Place?
because people always complain. Well, he let himself get killed and he left his wife and kids
Oh,
behind.
well,
to go.
he was trying
he
to save his-
sacrificed
he was-
himself
yeah,
for his
no,
kids.
That's not
It's a
even
different
the same
thing.
He's saving his babies. I'm talking about people that
Yeah.
put their lives in danger for something that they don't need to be doing is what I'm
Okay.
referring to. That's a completely different situation.
Well, what about
All
the
right.
what is that demon movie that recently came out? I want to say it was like 2024, where the that lady brings home like two adopted kids, and the kids notice that something's off with that lady.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Bring her
Yeah.
back.
That was last
Are
year.
Yeah.
No.
No.
No. I know what you're talking about. They're younger kids, right? And
Yeah.
they get adopted. Yeah, I forgot the name of that too.
Oh, I'm drawing
Anyway.
a complete blank, you guys. I have
It
no
was,
idea.
it was a weird demon that could not leave the premises, and he was basically holding the lady's actual child as a hostage, so to speak.
And that's not Bring Her Back?
Yeah, that sounds so
No.
much like.
Well, it does kind of sound like it, but you guys are saying it's a different film.
And then
so.
initially, when you were talking about the two kids, I was thinking about Mama, but that was old. So
Oh yeah, that's
several
older.
years
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, yeah, it's the what y'all were talking about, the self-sacrificing. It's like there's one where you are intentionally putting your family members in danger, and you're not taking into consideration their livelihood. Whereas with Krasinski and his decision making in, The Quiet Place, the danger is already there. They've been trying to survive it, and so he is, making the sacrifice of allowing them to escape.
Yeah.
And so, yeah,
Which is what parents, it's kind of in a parent to do that for their child.
mm-hmm. But yeah.
yeah, but I thought about that. I was just like, okay, so now the mom is just solo. Great.
I know, right?
Mhm.
Says poor lady.
Allegedly. No, I'm just
She's already
kidding.
suffered enough.
Right.
Good night, mommy.
That's the movie.
Yeah, there
Yes.
is a movie.
There's a couple of different versions of that. Yeah.
Let me see.
Right, because that sounds familiar to
Good
me. but I
night,
thought
mommy. With the two kids, yeah.
2022.
2022.
Yes.
I think I missed this.
Because it was
Because-
on.
I
That's
never.
a remake.
yeah.
That's a remake
Yeah.
of
It's a remake.
another
Yes,
film.
it's a remake. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And having not seen the movie, I just always assumed the mother was I don't know, because they were like, the kids are all like, the
I thought
trailer
it was-
for that was kind of weird because the kids were like, that's not our mother. And then at the same time, it was almost like the mother was afraid of the kids. So
Yeah,
it's like,
I felt
who do I
like I
believe?
haven't seen it, but I felt like that the ending is ambiguous. That maybe she really wasn't, and all this terrible stuff was done for nothing. I don't know because I haven't seen it.
I didn't see it either. So
Sounds horrific. So that's probably why I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's a remake of a 2014 Austrian film of the same
Yep.
name.
Yeah,
So-
that's
Oh
the
my
one.
God.
That's why it sounded familiar to me.
Mhm.
That's like Hollywood taking, the what is it, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo? They were like, hey, great job on that trilogy. We're going to take it.
You know, Holly complete the series.
I know.
Correct.
Unfortunately.
Oh yeah, the Hollywood one
Yep.
was fantastic.
Yep.
I really enjoyed
Yep.
that movie.
Naomi
I like the
Rapaz.
original too.
Naomi Rapaz really played that
Oh,
character.
she was good. Yeah. in the
Dee
original, she was
said
fantastic.
no. Dee was like, nope, no, not so much.
Wait, about Girl with the Dragon Tattoo?
Yeah, he just shook. Did you shake your head on that
Oh
one?
no,
or-
I
Yeah,
was
they
saying
didn't
no. I
finish?
said I'm still salty about the fact that they just said nope. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah,
we'll
we
just-
didn't- they
It's so
didn't finish.
frustrating.
No.
For what
I
reason?
really wanted it to. I really wanted it to continue. I was.
And
so
Rooney
bummed when it
Mara
didn't.
was literally nominated for an Academy Award and everything,
Right
and they
with it.
still didn't do it.
Daniel
Yeah.
Craig was not bad whatsoever. Daniel Craig was a great character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they both were fantastic.
She
But-
did a
Yeah.
better job of playing someone on the spectrum than Numi Rapace did.
Mm,
Yeah.
Numi
I would
didn't-
agree.
Yeah, Numi just. I mean, I loved how both of them played their parts.
It's
It
just
was
different.
different, and the dynamic between her and the reporter guy was different in both films. But I liked both versions.
And I was gonna say my saltiness has increased because I recently, at least last year, maybe the year before that, I listened to the trilogy
did?
on on Audible, like the audiobooks, and I was just like,
Mhm.
oh my gosh, the waste of potential. I'm so upset.
Yep,
Oh.
100%.
It was so great.
Was it good? See, I heard the books themselves are a bit difficult.
The
to get
second one
through.
is great.
Really? Okay.
The second
Yeah.
book is really good.
Yeah,
Does-
I enjoyed all three. I will say the only thing I would probably say, and I don't have issues with details. I would say because it deals with Sweden and certain details. That first chapter, the very first book, you kind of have to like center yourself because they kind of get into like specific names and specific like companies and things like that. And I was like, all right, I'm clear on this, but because there's a bit of a disconnect with this, it took me a minute to kind of get into it because they talk about a libel case, all these things that kind of open up the story, and so that was the only kind of like
There's a lot.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm working through this, but I understood that, then everything else is fine.
Who narrated those?
Let me see actually,
Oh,
because it's in my library.
I just assumed you'd know right off the top of your head.
Oh
I
no,
think
because it's been like a year
that's-
since I got.
You didn't really read them. I'm just
That's
kidding.
that's our time deleted.
Yep.
Just went off.
Oh wait, really
All
quickly
right.
before we go, what do you guys think the next one's going to be?
Ooh, I'm going to
Um,
be different, I think.
Mine is listed at more than 2 hours, I thought.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
And I'm hearing that even though it's not explicitly saying so on the listing, that it's actually going to be another horror. So what horror movie coming up is
Faces of
close
Death.
Oh Lord.
Is that close to 2 hours?
It's like an hour and 50 something, I believe.
It's coming.
People
It's
thought Faces of Death might be like this upcoming one was too long. I actually wouldn't mind Faces of Death.
I want to see it
I
really
want to
bad.
see it too.
the problem.
What,
The problem.
Dee?
The problem with
Jesus.
Faces of Death is that they're doing like at least at my Regal anyway, they're doing like a special access showing.
Yeah, they're doing that. They're doing
So I
that
don't
at
think
mine
it's gonna
too,
be-
but they're doing
So
it
you don't
on-
think that? But didn't they do that? They did that with another movie, didn't
I
they?
think they have. Yes, I think they
They've
have.
done that
And
before.
they're doing the special access at mine. I thought on the 8th.
Oh,
But the mystery movie is on the 6th.
I mean,
I've heard they've done early
it could be.
accesses before.
Or The Mummy is really close to 2 hours too, and The Mummy would
that
be
one's-
awesome.
The Mummy's longer than 2 hours. It's
It's like
it's
214 or
2:14.
something for
So
no.
I don't think
That's a
it's gonna
really long horror
right.
movie.
It is. It is. I don't
Yeah.
think it's going to be the
Whoa.
Mummy though.
Damn.
So
No.
You're going to spend the first hour with the person just sitting there. Iconically.
Mm.
Do you guys think it could possibly be I Swear?
So some people have said that. So
No,
I don't know what the runtime is for I Swear, but the thing that kind of changes all that up is it Regal confirming to someone who specifically wrote them and asked that it was horror.
two exactly.
And Sin,
Okay.
I already
Yeah.
told you, remember 2 weeks ago, that was I Swear. But I don't know, that may not have anything to do
You
with
saw it. That's right. You did. And
Mhm.
that was an AMC.
Yeah.
That's
See,
like-
my AMC for next week is an hour 46, completely different from y'all. So I don't think they would shorten a 2-hour movie and fool everyone thinking it was hour 46. So
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm
So,
seeing.
Sometimes they have gone as long as 24 minutes difference between the listed time and the actual show time.
Oh.
Wow.
But they have never gone that much over. Like the
Mm.
mystery movie never like
Okay.
that much longer. Maybe it's like
Okay.
4 or 5 minutes at most, maybe longer than what they say. But that's pretty rare. It's almost always less time.
Good to know.
But I'm gonna keep my eye on our
Yeah, you keep me
inside
updated.
source.
I know.
I will. I shall. Yep. I'd like to know what it's going to be beforehand, so I can either go in being annoyed and then maybe pleasantly surprised if I liked it.
Yeah, I don't really love surprises. So I mean, I know that's the point of the mystery movie.
I know, but I want to know, right? You know, I want to know. I have to know. And there have been times where I was really looking forward to something and it ended up being a bit of a disappointment. And then other times where I was like, oh no, I don't want to see this. One example was Sing Sing. It's like I don't like jail
Oh.
movies. I don't want to see. No,
Right.
I loved it. It ended up
Mhm.
on my list of
Yeah.
favorites for the year. So
Fantasy Life is critically acclaimed. What are you talking
See,
about?
I was just about to say, I'm so glad y'all took one for the team. I that was the one I skipped because it
Horrid. Horrible.
right.
Horrible.
Horrible.
I haven't had great luck with mystery movies this year, personally.
No.
It is.
I have not had a good luck with March in general.
Yeah,
Because
March
I
was a
saw-
bad month.
Same.
Bad month.
I saw 9 movies this
Now
month.
look, Project
and
Hail
I only
Mary
recommended
was
2
good.
of them.
Project Hail Mary.
Hail
was
Mary
good.
and
That
War
was-
Machine, and that
Yeah.
was it. Everything
Yeah.
else was god awful.
War Machine didn't even go to theaters. So.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Should have. All right, we're gonna make you late. Deleted.
Okay.
Right.
Okay,
So
we're-
let's
Say 14.
one time around the horn. What did we final thoughts on Blair Witch 4 to Search for More Money?
I personally enjoyed it, despite this not being something that typically lands for me. Is it going to end up on my list of favorites? No, it's not going to be anywhere near my list of worst. So
I consider it rewatchable for late night enjoyment. So it's pretty good. It was okay.
I would, to answer everyone's question earlier, between this or They Will Kill You, I would sit through They Will Kill You again by myself. For this, I would recommend. I would sit through this and watch it with my boyfriend's father. I think he would really probably enjoy something like this. Yeah, I didn't hate it. It really picked up towards the end, and I wish we had more of that.
more of that.
I think they gave it their best effort. But to quote a friend, y'all tanked.
Love you, D. It's probably like a 2.5 out of 5 for me. I didn't hate it, but I really, being a huge fan of true crime, I was really hoping to get into this, and it just was almost like a generic true crime show that had a really cool last couple of minutes.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't recommend it.
Unintentionally funny.
Obviously, for you.
Had
In your
moments. In my theater, at least, yeah. Had moments. But I wish it was more of its own movie and a little less hanging on to Blair Witch. And I think I would have enjoyed it more. Not the worst movie of the year, but nowhere near the greatest either. I don't know where it's going to end up. We'll see. But yeah, I'm a thumbs down on this one, guys. And I wish I wasn't, because this movie is like right up my alley.
Okay.
So
Thanks, D.
there you go. Oh, cool.
Sashi's questioning my quoting. Sorry. Sashi was like, "Did you just do an Asian accent?"
What did you say?
Okay, you know that episode from South Park where they're trying to like find out if all the communists are trying to take over the country?
Oh.
Like they go to the Chinese restaurant and they were like, "You just go and say hello and please a lot." So my brothers and I, when we would talk to each other on the phone, we would always open up our conversation like that. "Oh, hello, please." So that's what Mrs. Malty was in the chat doing that. So I did it back, and Sashi called me out. Good
Yeah.
call, Sashi. You noticed.
Always trying to tear down my shitty wall.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Oh.
sorry.
South Park when it was still funny.
Mm.
Okay, so that is it for the program. We're going to go one time around the horn. Final words, and let's see what. When I remember how to speak, I can't. My tongue is numb. My tongue is numb. I'm sorry. One more time around the horn. Sin. What are you going to be up to?
Live streaming with you again next week and the week after that. And I have reviews
Yep.
I have filmed but haven't edited and put up yet, so don't know when that'll be. Been ridiculously busy. What was that noise in the background? Make me small. Come on, D. I was like D and it's deleted. Who was making that noise? Nobody's gonna own up to it. Okay.
It was not me.
Someone's like,
Huh.
Okay. Enigma.
I am missing out on Kyle's fireside chats. I got to get to those, and then I'll be doing the movie mysteries again. And then I promise you guys, it's not me. I'm not jinxing it. I swear. And so, yeah. But other than that, I'm going to be around whatever Deleted is up to this week. So tonight, Sparkwood 21, I believe.
Yes, sir. All right. Rachel.
I have a couple of videos I am almost done editing, so be on the lookout for on the channel for that. And I'll be here next week for the mystery movie again.
Right. D.
Hey everyone, D Movie Man, fellow cinephile, popcorn addict, and emerging film critic, of course. As far as the channel, I wouldn't say it's been quiet, so to speak, but I slowed down a little bit. But I'm gonna start ramping up some things because some films from film festivals will be rolling out, so I need to get ahead of the ball on some of that. So most recently, I've done Hoppers, The Bride, which a lot of people responded well to, maybe because I dragged it endlessly. And then Ready or Not To, Here I Come, and then They Will Kill You. And then I actually just filmed a collaboration for this film with one of my cohorts, Cinematic Pain, and that'll be up, I think, maybe tomorrow or the day after. Then, of course, I am one of the writers on the Latino Slant, and so I've most recently done, I believe my last piece I've done was Maldor, and I'll be rolling out a couple of more once I talk to Polly, and we'll get that going. Anything else, I will leave to Sean and Sin if they can push me forward as far as accountability, because the struggle.
All right. Sean.
Hey y'all, my name is Sean from Lost in the Reel on YouTube. I cover under the radar hidden gem movies on my channel, and right now I'm working on a new video where I rank all 18 new release movies I saw in March, and it was not a good month, everybody. It was really bad. So I'm definitely going to be dragging some movies on my review and my ranking, so check that out. It comes out tomorrow.
All right. As for myself, live from Sparkwood 21, which is going to be starting here in a few minutes, and I will be joined, and I'm back into dark again, and I will be joined by Troy Pacelli, Netters Network, Aged Boomer, for as we watch episode 5 of season 1, entitled "The One-Armed Man." Thursday, I will be joining Outlaw Bill as we round out our month of film noir films with Frank Miller's Sin City. And then, let's see, later on that night, my program Coming Attractions, where you get to find out what I'm going to be up to next week, including and up to my appearance this Friday night on Films with Friends over on Big Out Presents. And our memorial to the late legendary Chuck Norris with Firewalker from 1986. All right.
Get out.
So, if anybody has any last, goodbye little bits that they like to throw in, go for it. It's all yours.
I would
Watch
love
a
to
good
say
movie.
thank you so much for having me, you guys. I really appreciate it. You all were wonderful hosts, and I would love to come back and visit you guys on this stream again soon.
Hey, thanks for coming, Sean.
We
It's
did
great
not
to have
scare
you.
him off. Success.
Yay!
Okay, good to go. Yay. All right. All right. So for for Sean, Sin, Enigma, D, and Rachel. And as I always say at the end of every broadcast, what do I say at the end of every broadcast? Because I just blanked.
All points. North, south, west, east.
Stay strong.
And all
This is
faces
how
in
we win.
between.
I forgot my
strong.
own catchphrase. Oh my god. Okay. All right. From HQ
There
and
you
all
go.
points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy. Eat your carrots or something or whatever helps you remember shit. Because this is how we win.
You did it. Yes.
There's music. I'm gonna play it real quick before I embarrass myself again. Good night.
Oh my.
Bye.
Good night, guys.
It's even odd when Ronin's back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture films in the world we see. Deleted scenes where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win.